Welcome, wanderers. We're reading from Julius Caesar, Act 2, Scene 1. Brutus is in his orchard, and he knows about he's been brought into the conspiracy to assassinate Julius Caesar, and he's thinking about it. He's wondering if he's just thinking about it, coming up with reasons why this has to be done. Brutus is the kind of person that I think has to make sure that he has good reasons for things, but he's all by himself. So he talks to himself. It must be by his death, and for my part, I know no personal cause to spurn at him, but for the general. He would be crowned. How that might change his nature, there's the question. So what happens when Caesar is crowned? At this point, Rome is still a republic, but Julius Caesar is effectively a dictator, and so the assassination has been plotted because we have to save the republic, and therefore if we kill the dictator, then we'll go back to being what we were. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves wary walking. So I guess Caesar is the adder, and it's the bright day. I never really understood that line. It is the bright day that brings forth the adder, and that craves wary walking. Crown him that, and then I grant we put a sting in him, that at his will he may do danger with. Okay, so that makes sense. We give him the crown, and now we can't be afraid. He's saying that he needs to get the crown because he's the only one that can bring Rome under control. Rome has been in civil war for a while now at this point. Started about 100 years before the events going on right now at this point in the play. But Brutus is thinking that if we give him the crown and he becomes the sole ruler, he will do danger with it. And now he tells why. He repeats some wisdom that he knows. The abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. And to speak truth of Caesar, I have not known when his affections swayed more than his reason. And reason, the abuse of greatness is when it disjoins remorse from power. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. When you don't feel any remorse, when you don't feel sorry for the harm you may cause with your power, then that's when you start to abuse your greatness.